that came up. So sorry about that. So I say again that, let me repeat myself. I was talking about a refined mind, because see, you cannot talk about healthy relationship until you first of all build yourself. You can only give to others what you have. You cannot give what you don't have. That was why when I started this maximizing your singlehood session, I started with personal growth, whereby we talk about how you refine your mind, talking about the architecture of the mind, building your mind. Then from there, we moved over to the second one, which is psychology of the presence, where we talked about how you build your presence as a person. Then from there, and not just building your presence as a person, we talked about poise, we talked about posture, we talked about the social mirror. Yes. And then from there we moved to the third one, which was on Friday. That is the architecture of standards, where we talked about how if you don't have standards, you're just like a beautiful building without walls. You're just like a building without walls. Yes. Mr. Chukwu, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, thank you very much. So we talked that. So today we'll be talking about building important relationships. How you build relationships, how you build meaningful relationship. And I will start with this popular saying that says your network is equal to your net worth. I know that a lot of people would think that when they say net worth, we are talking about your account balance, because we will always see in the news where they post things like the net worth of Dangote in Nigeria, the net worth of Elon Musk is this, and Elon Musk, and then they will be talking about millions, talking about billions. So yes, so everybody believes that when we talk about net worth, we are talking about account balance. No, actually what we're talking about is net worth is not just your account balance. Yes, it's not just account balance. It also talks about your access, the kind of access that you are open to, the kind of access that you have. That can also be likened to net worth. And then another thing I want to say about network, because some people feel that network is just talking about friendship. Yes, it talks about friendship, relationship, everybody around you. But one thing I want to tell you about your network. Remember, the first one I said was net worth. WORTH, net worth. I say that net worth has to do not just concerning your account balance, it has to do with access. Your net worth is your access. And then now I'm talking about your network. It's not just about the relationships around you, it's not just about the friendships around you. Your network is also known as what we call social equity. And let me tell you, social equity is something that you can trade, that can be traded on opportunities that money cannot buy. What do I mean? I mean that somebody can have your net worth, can open doors for you that money can't open for you. Your network, your network can actually take you into rooms that money can't take you. What you will spend a lot of money, millions of money to do, relationships can actually do it for you. That is what I mean by network. Relationships, they can open opportunities up to you that normal your money cannot open to you, or you will need a lot of money to open those doors to you. Let me give you an example. Somebody finished her university, and when she finished her university, thank God that she had a very good friend in the university. And this girl, her father is the HOD of medical and surgery department. So when she was done with school, she needed a place for her to do her housemanship. And her best friend, remember, the father is the HOD. So all she needed to do was every time she'll be telling that her friend, remember me in your paradise, so please. while your parents are trying to work your own, please remember me, remember me. She kept on telling this her friend while they were in university. In fact, they were very close friends, that sometimes the girl will come over to the house, help them at home and all those things and all those things. Guess what happened? What happened was that when she was done with school and then she needed a place to do her internship, the friend just told her dad that, please daddy, while you're giving them my name, please add my friend's name. And that was how immediately after school, she didn't even waste time at home, she got where she would do her internship. She became an intern within months. That's what your network, your relationship can do for you. And you don't have to wait till you have a lot of money. There are many ways at which you can do that. And another thing I want to point to you is that you should know that you are an average of the people you have around you. So if you have 5 friends, you are an average of the 5 people that you have around you. If you have 6 friends, you should know that you are an average of those 6 people that you have around you. So let me now tell you now, if you have a group of friends, you have a circle, and then you're the most successful, you're the most smart person, you're the smartest person, sorry, you're the smartest person there, and you're the most successful there, you actually need help. Yes. If you're the most successful and you're the smartest person in your circle, you actually need help. Yes, you actually need help, because like I said, you are an average of the people that you have around you. And then how do you do this? See how you do it, because today is going to be a very, very practical section. See how you do it. When you come, you get your book, you write subheading, you write on top drainers, maintainers, and stretchers. I'm going to explain them one by one. Who are the drainers? Drainers are people that take advantage of you. Drainers are the people that take advantage of your energy, they take advantage of your time, they come to you for counseling, and then they offer nothing in return. They offer nothing in return. They only come to you when they need something. They only come to you when they need help. They don't do any, they don't, nothing in response to what you are doing. Even if it means giving you a small token just to tell you thank you, or to show that they appreciate what you're doing, they will never do that. Those are the drainers. Then the next people, we call them the maintainers. Those ones, they'll keep giving you accolades at the level at which you are. Everything you are doing, they'll make you feel like the best. Welcome, Ryan. Welcome, Ryan. So, as I was saying, these ones, their own job is that they will make you comfortable. They will make you comfortable at your level. They will just help you to maintain that level at which you are. Each time you want to climb up, they'll tell you, you don't have the capacity, you don't have what it takes. You don't have what it takes to climb up. Those are the maintainers. Then we have the third people that are called the stretchers. Those ones are the ones that they will keep stretching you because of their level of growth, and they are not happy at the level at which you are. They will keep, anytime you have a conversation with them, they keep firing you up, keep making you yearn for more, to do more, to aim higher. Those are what we call the stretchers. And I will give you an example of each and every one of them in my own personal life and in my own relationship with people. I've met the drainers. These people, what they will come, they will eat your food. Whenever they have a problem, they will come and meet you that they have a problem, they want you to solve it. Anytime they want to ensure that their own is just to be receiving, taking. When it comes to the time to give, you can never find them. In fact, you will never see them get a package and come and say, okay, I want to thank you for doing this, for doing that. You will never see them do anything like that. Those are the drainers. Then the maintainers. I used to have a friend. So in 2022, when I started the Alabasta conference, I had that friend. when I started Alabasta conference. So the first year, I told them that I don't know why I'm perceiving strongly that the Lord wants me to invite the Winlows for our conference. They kept on telling me, no, blessing, you don't have the capacity. No, you can't do it. Wait, you need to do this. You don't have the capacity. Okay. We ended up doing that 2022 Alabasta, and then we didn't do that. 2023, beginning of the year, God told me you need to stay with me. You need to stay with me for a certain period of time. And as I was staying with God that period of time, God brought it to me again and said, this year you're going to invite the Winlows ma Anwuli for your conference. I went to those girls again. They were not like, that how you going to do it? This one, that one. That you don't have the money, you don't have the capacity, you don't have this, you don't have. I told them I prayed and the Lord said we should invite her. I now had another friend. By the time I told him this is what the Lord is telling me, he told me, go for it. He said, stretch. He said, go for it. If the Lord is telling you to go for it, then go for it. He told me, put all your energy, just put your ears to the ground to know how God will want you to raise the finances, how God will want to bring the finances. For God to say you should go for it, that means the finances are already available. And that was how I went for it. God made a way. I was able to connect to her. And then at the end of the day, I invited her for that conference, and all the money we needed, both for her flight, everything, the Lord provided every one of it. So, what am I trying to tell you? Your assignment this evening is that you know the kind of people that are around you. You need to list all of them, and then you note them. Which one is a drainer? Which one is a maintainer? And who is that person that is keep pushing you to be more, keeps telling you that you can actually achieve more, you can actually be this, you can actually be that, so that you know the kind of people that are around your circle. That's for that. Then the next one we need to know after doing that, that's what we call exercising the audit, where you audit the people that are around your space. Then I want to talk about another thing. See, there's something we call the loneliness of growth. I won't lie to you. That 2023, when the Lord told me you're going to invite Ma Amuli Ojekere, that's the Winlows, for your conference, I will tell you one thing. I just noticed that all of a sudden I was not relating with those my friends again. Even to talk to them, I couldn't really talk to them anymore. Those ones that were discouraging me, that told me that I don't have the capacity, that let me not go and put my hand where my hand has not reached. I just noticed that I couldn't have a conversation with them, because if I come to their space and they are gossiping about people, I just feel like I'm not meant to be here. Like I'm not meant to be in this circle. So one thing I want to tell you is that when you start building yourself and you start growing, there's some people that you will outgrow, and it is normal. In fact, there are some seasons that you will start experiencing what we call loneliness of growth. It's not as if you're chasing people from your space. What you are doing at that particular point in time is that you're clearing the space for destiny helpers, those that the Lord, you're actually clearing the space for them to come in at that particular time. So don't feel bad if at that particular time you notice that some people are leaving you, some friends are cutting off from you, some people are seeing you as being ambitious. No problem. Keep building yourself. It is a season. They call it the loneliness of growth. That season is a season you got to be alone and build yourself and build capacity. Are you hearing me? So in that season, don't feel bad. You're not chasing people away. People are not leaving you because you have bad character. No, it is a season where the Lord by Himself will help you clear the space so that destiny partners, destiny helpers can come in. People that will be like Aaron and all. I have a friend now. Hey, that friend is heaven sent. If I should just chat her up now and tell her the Lord said we should go this place, she will just tell me, oh yeah, when are we packing our bags? When are we going? How are we doing it? And she will keep chatting me up to ask me, how far now? Have you started? Have you moved? Have you? That's the kind of people God is going to bring to your space. People that will fire you up, people that will set the temperature for you. That being said, now I want to talk about another thing. You know that one thing about us, especially us that are coming up, young people, we like aiming for top people. We want to mingle with people that are already up there. See, it's not just it's good, it's actually good, but you need to live a balanced life. There's something we call this 360 degrees balance. You have to live a balanced life. You need to know that yes, you relate with people that are top up there as top people. You also need to relate with people at your level, your peers. You need to relate with them, and then you need to relate with people that are also below your level. Now let's talk about the high people. The high people could be mentors, they could be leaders, they could be models, people you look up to. And what is their assignment in your life? Their assignment in their life is to offer you wisdom, to teach you, to actually pull you up. See, there's a story I heard. It was about a guy. The guy just finished school. And then when he finished school, he came to see a man that he truly, truly respected. And the man now told him, just work with me. The guy was a civil engineer, and then he came to see a top civil engineer. He was an architect, and he came to see a senior architect. And then the man just told him, just work with me. He came to seek contract from the man, but the man just said, work with me. So that's how they were now working together, and the man now placed his hand around the guy's shoulder, and they walked from his office to the gate. From the office to the gate, after that walk, the guy was not like, sir, is that all? What about the contract? What about the job? The man said, don't worry, I've done for you everything that I can do for you. And the man left him and went inside. While that guy was still standing there, all the top officials that were around the office that saw both of them walk from the office to the gate, all of them came and started giving the guy his complimentary card, giving him their complimentary card. What? That hand that the guy, the man, the chief architect, the man is actually the president of architecture in Nigeria. Just that hand that he placed around his shoulder already signified to everybody, every other person that saw them, that this man trusts this guy. For him to place his hand on the boy's shoulder, that means he is trustworthy. That was how they gave him a contract, his first contract in millions. For millions, they gave him contract in billions. It was years later that the guy now went back to the man to ask him, sir, what I don't understand. That I don't understand what you did that day. The man now told him, I placed my integrity on the line for you. That hand I placed around your shoulder was to show everybody that I have a close relationship with you, and if they can trust me, they can trust you. So that's what leaders and mentors are, people that are ahead of you. They are one to offer you wisdom. Number two is so that they will pull you up. Because of them, there are access that some rooms that you will gain access to. There's some relationship that you will gain access to. Because I had invited Amuli Ojekere to our conference, when it was time for me to invite Minister Laurel, that's the only Laurel, to for an online meeting, it was not hard for me. I just told her that I had invited my Anwuli to a meeting. I spoke to her, and she told me, no problem, I'll be available. You find out that it gives you access to rooms that you would normally pay for. You would normally do a lot to enter. It gives you access. That's that on those that are high, all those high relationship. Now let's talk about people on the same level with you, your peers. What you're meant to do with your peers is to create a community. I was talking to somebody this evening, and I was telling her something. I told her that in ministry that I saw four friends. They came together, they are pastors, they came together and they formed a community. What they do is that if any of them is having a major conference, they come together and they contribute money, and they give it to that person to support the person for that conference. The same way, if another or any of them again is having another conference, they contribute money and give. That's how they help each other. They will all come together. If it is 100,000, everybody will bring it, join it together and give the person having conference, because you always have your anniversary. So that's what they do together. Whenever they are having their anniversary, they'll just do that contributions together. That's what you do with your peers, people on the same level with you. You form a community with them, and then there's something we call healthy competition. Then sometimes you see people at your level, the things they are doing, it will spoil you. It will spoil you to do more for yourself. When you see people on the same level with you, the kind of exploits they are doing, it will spoil you. I know a guy that when I see the things he's doing for God, it spurs me to go back to God, to press more into God, to build roots, to build deep roots in God, just by looking at him. That's what we call healthy competition, not the one that you now come, you now want to be better than. No, it's not about being better than the person. But when you see it, it stirs something in your spirit. I remember the first time I went for a meeting. I do all this prayer, alone prayer. I was feeling like I am touching something in God. And then I went for my first meeting. They invited me for a meeting and I led in prayer. And the prayer was so dry. The prayer was so dry. And then after me, a guy, a man that was the same age with me now came and and led in prayer too. And when he led in prayer, oh my God, you need to see what happened in that meeting. People were moved into the how do I put it? People were spurred to pray. You will know that this one is not mechanical. It was the spirit of prayer that came upon them. You know, after that meeting, I went home. I said, God, I need to find you. I need to find you. If this young guy can actually touch you like this, because the presence of God was so palpable. I said, no, I'm on. In fact, I collected the guy's number. I collected the man's number. I collected his number so that I can be interacting with him. In fact, I even started chatting him up, asking him, tell me what your daily routines are. Tell me how you fast. Tell me how you pray. That I really love what God is doing with you. That's what we call healthy. Not you now see the person, you now be envious. You now want to go and do more than the person, or you no. When you see them, you're spoiled. That's why you should have made that first comment. I say you are an average of the people that you communicate with. You are an average of the people that you relate with. If you're the smartest and you are the most successful among your circle, you need help. It is not enough. You need to work on that circle, because you need people that are better than you, that when you see them, they spoil you to go to work, they spoil you to rise up and do more. They talk you into, I have a brother like that, a spiritual brother. Anytime I talk to him like this, I'm spoiled to do more. Like the way he speaks to me, if I will just bring up a topic like this and I might be fidgeting or afraid, he will, by the time he's done talking to me, I'll be seeing that assignment, or I'll be seeing that thing I want to do as something that I can squash with my hand, something that is doable, something that is, but before, when I was speaking to him or when I came to him, I was seeing it as a mountain, something big that I don't know how I'm going to surmount it. You need those kind of people in your circle. You need those kind of friendship. And I talked about drainers. Drainers, be careful of them. There are people that the only time they come to you is when they need something. The only time they chat you up is when they need. In fact, if you see their hello, hi, you just know that it's money they want to collect from you. It's not good. In as much as, yes, it's not bad to help people, but try to maintain a relationship with this person. Not at any point that you need help or you need something. If you are like that, repent. If you have somebody like that in your the person, if not, a drainer, you take this one, you take that one, you take the other one. You're not, it's not value that you're giving. At least if you're not giving money, give value. At least be praying for the person. Let the person coming in contact with you, let them be let it be something they are gaining from the relationship, not a parasitic relationship. At least let it be a saprophytic relationship. Parasitic relationship is when there is a host and there is a prey, and somebody is preying on the other person. But saprophytic is that even as both of you are relating, both of you are benefiting from the relationship. Praise God. Okay, yeah, I'm a pastor, so sorry for using the praise God. But you understand what I'm saying. So there is the top, there are people on the same level with you. Then let me talk about the people below you. Your assignment to them is to give back what you've received. Give back what you've received and to lead them. These people might be your mentees. They might be your juniors. Like me, I cannot come to a space and I'm seeing young ladies and I'm not spurred to talk to them. There must be a conversation. If it is not about relationship, it is about your career. If it is not about your career, it is about your life. I remember December, I traveled to a village. This is the first time I'm actually visiting that village. But when I traveled, I met young ladies there. One of them told me that she wanted to study English and Chinese. So that which one is English and Chinese? Did you do your findings? Or because you're seeing Chinese language, or maybe you are seeing somebody that is making a lot of money from Chinese language, that's why you want to study it. And that was how we got talking. And after the whole conversation, even till now, the girl, her mom, they still call me. In fact, when she was going to go and buy her jam form, she called me to tell me that she's going to go and buy her jam form. I will even still call her to know how the jam was. I even met another girl. She told me she wanted to study nursing. I told her, are you studying nursing? Because you are hearing that if you study nursing, you will travel out. I had to tell her that in medical life, she now said she dreamt and she saw herself wearing lab coat. Now, these are children that are in the village. They don't know all these things. I had to tell her that lab coat could be medicine and surgery. Lab coat could be public health. Lab coat could be radiography. Lab coat could be physiotherapy or medical rehab. Lab coat could be nursing, med lab. I had to list all of them for her. I now told her, you need to go and study them. I started explaining every one of them to her. I told her, go back. Then now that I've explained every of their duties and what they are known for, now go back and now sit down and make a choice of what you want to study. Why did I give you this example? I am trying to explain to you that your assignment to those that are younger than you is to give them back what you've been given. Either you've been given by your superiors, or things you learned from your peers, or things that you learned from your personal experience, in order for them not to make the same mistakes you made. Some of us, we were pursuing nursing admission, and in pursuing nursing admission, we stayed at home for 5 years. There are people that pursuing, I know somebody now, she's studying science lab tech. Just that she wants to study nursing, she wrote jam for 6 years because she wants to study nursing. Now as we speak, she's studying science lab tech. So you that have gone ahead of them, you've seen a lot of mistakes that you've done and you've learned from it. You've seen other mistakes that other people around you they've done, and you've learned from it. You teach the ones that are younger, the younger generation. You teach your juniors, you direct them. When it comes, I remember one time a lady came and met me about relationship. She was dating a fellowship papa. So she came, and then when she told me one, two things about the guy, I just told her, okay, so the guy does this, does he do this, does he do this, does he do this? She now said, chai, you're a prophet. Oh, it was not prophetic unction. I was not talking to her that night under the prophetic unction. I was talking to her based on experience. Immediately she started listing the characters of the guy. I knew that he was a narcissist. So I just started telling her characters of a narcissist, and everything was in line with what the guy was doing to her. What am I saying in essence? Your assignment to the ones that are under you is to lead them, to teach them, to give them back what you've received, either from those that are higher than you, those on the level with you, or life experiences. That is your assignment to them. So we move over to the next section. How do you build a relationship with people? How do you build a relationship with people? When we meet people at the top, the first thing that comes to your mind is, hey, what will I get from this person? Let me beg this person money. No, that's not the first thing to do. That kind of relationship is built on value. No, it's not on need. So you don't come to somebody that is higher than you and then you come with, I need this, I need that, I need the other one. No. In fact, if you come with that, some of them, they'll even start avoiding you. Me, I'm telling you from personal experience, they will start avoiding you. What do you have to offer? How can you help them? How can you make life easier for them? As this person is doing this and doing that for you, what are they getting in return from you? What are they getting in return from you? I remember one time that okay, let me just explain how to build a relationship with people at the top. Number one is you need to research about them. Research about them and know who they really are. Yes, just know about them before you know them. Because you know what, reading about somebody and knowing somebody are two different things. One is that you have knowledge about the person based on maybe hearsay or things that were written about the person. Then knowing the person is when you now have a personal relationship with the person. You know they are two different things. So now that you just met someone at the top, first thing you should do is know about them, know about their work, what they are into. That's number one. That's one thing you should know. Then number two is that obviously because this person is at the top, you know that you're not of the same level, you're not of the same status, you're not of the same money level with them. What can you offer? You have energy, you have skill, you have information. These are things that you can actually give in exchange for their relationship. You might even have gifts, and then this thing can actually open the door of their house to you. I know a very top woman in Enugu State. I don't want to mention her name. How I was able to, on her birthday, it was getting to her birthday, I kept on calling her, telling her, ma, I want to come over to the house and help. She was not like, come and do what? I have a lot of, I told her, ma, I want to come and help. At least if I join the people washing plates, the plates will reduce. If I join the people cleaning, that was how I built a strong relationship with her. She now said, okay, you can come over. She gave me the address of the house and I found the house and I came there. That birthday, the birthday was like traditional marriage. Like it was so mighty. We worked and worked till 12 midnight. Helped, I ensured that I assisted. That is you giving your energy as a lady. You clean, you wash, and that was how that door was open to me, and I'm enjoying from that door. So when you want to relate with people at the top, your energy, your skill, it could be the woman is in ministry. You people don't even know how to tap grace. Most times it's not even by impartation. Sometimes by offering your skills. You don't know that you are actually tapping grace by offering your skill, making things easier, finding the gaps and trying to fill in those gaps. You don't even need the person to lay hands on you. Just by doing those things, you find that the grace reaches down to you without you doing anything. Praise God. I don't know why I'm saying a lot of praise God today, but you know, you understand what I'm saying. So you need to offer your energy, skills, information where needed. Anything you can offer it. That's how you build relationship with people at the top. I remember the first, okay, the Willows, the day I went to her house, it was, I just called her on phone because when she came to Enugu for Alabasta conference, I heard her say, I like dry fish, I like stock fish. So at that time, because I was working, I just got some money and then I just bought stock fish, bought dry fish. I bought stock fish, I brought dry fish, I put it in a bag, and I told her that, ma, I bought dry fish and stock fish for you, should I weigh bill it? She told me, no, you're not weigh billing it, enter motor and come to my house. That was how I entered bus from Enugu and went to um Benin to go and see her, and then I offered her my gift and she prayed for me. That is how you gain relationship with them. It's not you come, ma, pray for me, ma, come and do this, ma, give me, please, ma, help me, ma, I need money for this, I need that. No, that's not how you build. These people at the top, a lot of people has done a lot to them, so they tread with caution. So if you want to be able to penetrate such space, you need to be very wise. You need to tread with caution. And then it's by helping them. That's how you build relationship with them. Try to make life easier for them. Try to see where they are lacking and they need help. And then try to help. Try to help. That's how you build relationship with them. And then sometimes you just need, maybe after a conference, you just come and type a message to them. Not that you come and tell them, please, can you give me 2 hours? You can just say, ma, please, I need 2 minutes of your time. And then you begin to tell the person how much they have impacted your life. How, just sending an appreciation message, how much they blessed your life, how listening to their messages or following them online has blessed them. And you see that the person will be giving you audience. See what I've learned from you. The last message, look at what you preach. Look at what you preach. These are the points I learned. I'm talking about people in ministry because I'm in ministry. But it could be business. You follow the person around, you go for their meetings. My father in the Lord, Daddy AB, I go for his conferences in Akwa Ibom from the east. I travel to Akwa Ibom too. How did I, how, in that, in his conferences, I'm actually the female commander. I'm not trying to praise myself, but I'm trying to use myself as an example. How did it happen? We were in the meeting and they were planning for the conference. While they were planning, they started asking questions. They asked, how are we going to get water upstairs? I had already sat down and I've thought about it. So I just raised up my hand and said, okay, this is how we will get water upstairs. And then they said, which rules are we setting for the ladies? I stood up. I said, look at the rules we will set. Look at the rules we will set, because ladies can be very funny. And that was how they say, okay, you'll be in charge of the ladies. Offer your skills, offer your energy, because I have led as a sisters rep, a vice president, welfare mama. I've led in those positions, I've handled ladies. I know what ladies can be. Do you get? So when you get to people at the top, I'm still emphasizing on that point. Energy, skills, information that they lack, be willing and ready to offer it. That's how you build a relationship with them. Then let's talk about people on your own level. How do you build relationship with them? Your peers. How do you build relationship with them? See, you need to be so valuable that you become indispensable. Don't be in a relationship with someone and then there's no value you're getting from the person. At the same time, there's no value you yourself you're giving to the person. It doesn't make sense. There's no value you're giving to this person. There's no you're getting from this person. So you should be, as you are giving, you should be receiving something in return. If you did, even if it is at that point you're not receiving anything, but you have seen signs in this person's life. The person has shown you one or two signs that, okay, I don't have now, but when I have, I'm going to do a lot. Then you should pardon that person and like bear with that person. Then there are people that they don't have money to give you, but at least they have their energy. Yes, Like, I have a friend now that is getting married. Because of the things that guy has done, I cannot even miss his wedding for anything. I am willing to sacrifice. I am willing, even if I don't have money, I'm willing to do any job to go and make money. Like, not do any job like something bad, but I'm willing to make sacrifices to ensure that I attend that wedding. Because if it is for investing in the friendship bank, that guy has invested a lot in our friendship bank. So I have to attend his wedding. That is what happens when you have good relationship with your peers. In fact, having good relationship with your peers will actually open door. Okay, let me now give you an example. Do you know that there are some places that you will need to, there's some rooms that you want to enter? It is people in your circle, your friends, your peers, that might open that door for you. They might not be the one in charge of the door, but they know somebody, they have a relationship with somebody that owns that door, and they will open it to you. And it's not just people at your level, even people that are below your level. There are many like that. Then let's move over to people that are below you, your peers, your juniors. You have to be so useful. You are so useful that you become so you serve to the extent that you are so useful that you become indispensable. You're not just not building strategic relationship for you to use people. No, you're building strategic relationship for you to serve, not for you to use people, for you to serve. So those ones that are under you, as they are asking you questions, be willing to teach them. Be willing, and then if you're under, also be willing to learn and take instructions. Okay, well, be willing to teach, be willing to learn. You, as a person that is above them, be willing to teach, be willing to pour out. Do not hold anything, do not hold anything back. And then the person you are teaching, the person should be willing to learn. Be willing to learn, be open to knowledge. That is how you are going to grow. That's how you are going to grow, and that's how you're going to build them and transform them. So that is it about relationship with people at the top, people at your level, and your mentees or juniors, people that are below you. That's that for that. Then now, how do you maximize your singlehood? Maximize your singlehood, building the right relationship. Number one, right rooms. See, I know that you feel that you're young and you have plenty of time. You'll be thinking you have plenty of time, and the next thing you've seen that you have clocked 40. This is the time that you need to build yourself. Don't be in rooms where they are chilling. Like, I know some people that every weekend you are seeing them in this restaurant, they are in this restaurant, they'll tell you they went here, went to this place, they went to. I'm not saying it's bad to chill. Once in a while, it's good to reward yourself. Me, if I achieve something that everybody was seeing as a big task, once I achieve it, I take care of myself. That's more like a reward system to tell my spirit, soul, and body that you've done well. Or I take time and sleep like 3 days and just sleep, wake up, eat, sleep, wake up, eat, just to appreciate myself that I've done well. So it's good. But when it becomes a habit and you're not doing it more often, you chill more than you enter rooms where they build. This is a time that you should be attending rooms where they build. You should be attending building rooms than attending chilling rooms. What? Wisdom, wisdom, wisdom. You did not get it. You did not get it. I said this is a season where you attend building rooms and not chilling rooms. So you shouldn't be found frequently in rooms where they are chilling. You should be found in building rooms, conferences, seminars, trainings, workshop, where they build you. Even all this online training, they'll tell you 1,000, 2,000 naira. If you don't have the money for 20,000 naira on-site meeting, pay for 2,000 and listen to voice notes and learn from them. Before, if you enter there ignorant, by the time you're coming out another man. And then, how do you maximize your singlehood, building healthy relationship? Another one is the magnetic theory. See, one thing I would like to tell you this evening. Stop waiting for people to invite you into into big rooms or into that open door you've been praying for. Okay, thank you, Odinaka, for stating that. Stop waiting for people to invite you into those rooms and for them to open those doors to you. While you are still waiting for those doors to be open to you, build yourself. Build yourself. Stretch yourself. Don't just sit down and be watching and praying. While you're watching and praying, work on yourself. Build yourself. Build capacity. See, when you build yourself to the extent that you become a high value person, you just attract such rooms to yourself. When you build yourself so much, you just find out that such rooms begin to open up to you. You just find out that you are now gaining access. They become attracted. That's why I call it the magnetic theory. As you build yourself to become a high value person, you just realize that those rooms begin to open up to you. You just realize that those doors become attracted to you. You just realize that people in those rooms, they begin to notice you. That is the magnetic theory. So this is how you actually build relationship in your singlehood. This is how you maximize relationships. So I think I've said a lot today, but now before I end this section, remember I gave us an assignment. I say sit down, note the people that you have connections with, the top 5 people that you have connections with. Then ask yourself, are they drainers? Are they maintainers? And then are they stretchers? Write them down so that you will know who is who and then know how to relate with them. And remember, these drainers, they will take your time. They will take your energy. They will take, some will even take your money. Some will even take a lot from you. But what they will give you in return is criticism. They'll be gossiping about you, the one you did not do well, forgetting the ones that you've been doing since. So note them down. I talked about the maintainers, those that like your level. They don't want you to go higher. Once you try to go higher, they'll tell you, no, 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 you are doing well the way you are, the place you are. Then the stretchers, those that will tell you, I have a friend like that. Eh, oh, Jesus, I have people around me like that. They will tell you, no, 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 yes, you've done well, but you've done it, it is now ashes. Over to the next. What is the Lord saying? Let's I have a sister. The sister will say, Blessing, let's go and take the mountains for the Lord. Where are we going? Where are we going next? What is the Lord saying? Let's go and take over. I have a sister like that. So you check, are they maintainers, drainers, or stretchers? List them, note them down. So before I end this section, I said I want to say some things. Number one, ensure that the people you have around your space, they are thermostat and not thermometer. They help you to set the temperature. They help you they fire you up. There are people that fire you up to be more, especially if there are people around you, the things they are doing, you believe that this thing is possible. I have a brother like that. I was telling somebody one day, and I told the person that yes, I had a conference and I spent 800 and something thousand for that conference. But after that, because I was no longer working with that company again. The next year, when the Lord was telling us we're going to feed students, we're going to give students, so scared job again. Conference was 1 million, and I knew that in his account, what was in his account when he was starting that movement was 5,000. The thing, by the time he was done with the conference, my faith was fired up to 100%. I started telling the Lord, if you could do it before, you can do it again. If you could help me conduct a conference where I spent over 800, what is this one that you cannot do? And that was how, like play, the money for that conference came. We shared spaghetti, we shared potato, we shared gari. I don't know that we shared rice, but we had packages for all the students. Like, we even had excess that I had to give it to somebody and tell the person that when he, because the person is staying around student area, I told him, when you get to the hostel, when you get to your area, just give it to students on the road. And that was what he did. We had excess. That is what God can do. So the emphasis here was not what God can do, the possibilities in God. No. The emphasis here is that you should have people around your space that are thermostats, that fire you up to do more. Not people that are thermostat and not thermometer. People that fire you up, that set the temperature, that increase your fire. Not what they call it, water baths. They help you maintain the temperature. No, not those kind of people. And then I want to tell you something. While you're waiting to be invited to the big table, start building your table. Start building your table. As you're building your table, it will start building your table until people at the big table begin to notice you. So don't just sit down, fold your hands, and then be waiting for them to invite you to the big table. While you are waiting to be invited to the big table, build your table. Start building your table until the people at the big table they notice you. I don't know that you got what I'm trying to say. This is the kind of things that the Bible will say, and they'll say, Selah, think about it. So meditate on it. Why waiting to be invited to the big table? Start building your table until people at the big table begin to notice you. So that's all I have to say for tonight. Thank you so much for staying with me even up until now. Thank you so much. Does anybody have any question? Do you have any question? I talked about many things tonight. Okay, ask me. I'm willing and ready to answer you. Questions. Okay, welcome Esther Onyinye, Odnaka, I see you. Ryan Honeyman, I see you. You say you stay in London. I see you, Mr. Chikube. I see you. So sorry about today. I don't know why. Beginning of the live section, a lot of people were complaining they couldn't hear me. We had a more bigger crowd. We had more people on the live section, but they were complaining they couldn't hear me. That I was just shaking my lips. So sorry about that. Yeah, that's why we didn't start on time. I think we started like 10-20 minutes late. So, Audinaka, I'm still waiting for your question. If you have any question, you can ask me. Any question, you can ask me. Let me just do a little recap while I'm waiting for Odinaka's question. If any other person has a question too, please do where to also type it. Yes. So let me just do a little recap. I talked about network and net worth. So I said that net worth is not just about account balance, because we hear this. They'll say Dangote's net worth is 1 billion. Elon Musk network is $1 billion. And then everybody, when you hear net worth, what comes to everybody's mind is account balance. Oh, okay. I thought you actually said you had question. Oh, okay, 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 okay. No problem. So I said that your net worth is not just about your account balance. It also talks about access. And I said network, they're actually social equity. Social equity that can be traded for opportunities that money cannot buy. What do I mean? I mean that they're actually opportunities, they're actually rooms, they're actually doors that you would have paid millions, or you will not even be able to pay for, that relationships can afford you. That's your network. Your network talks about relationships. So that's what I said about network and network. And I said that you are you are the average of the 5 people, the top 5 people. Okay, I'm coming to that, Esther. So and then he said, said I was saying something before I saw Esther's question. Okay, I said that I was talking about you being the average of the top 5 people. So if you look at the top 5 have a conversation with, that you relate with more often, you are an average of all of them. And then I also made mention of, if you are the smartest and the most successful in your circle, you need help, there is a problem. You actually need people better than you that will keep firing you up. That should be you, your circle should be made of people higher than you, people on the same level with you, and people that are below you, so that you keep having, you be inspired, people that motivate you to do more, people that fire you up, people that stares, just like when Mary and Elizabeth, they met each other, and as Mary came, the Bible said that the baby in the womb, was stirred up. Another translation will say that the baby in the womb reacted, somersaulted. I don't know how you want to explain it. You need those kind of people. People, when they come around you, that their words fire up your vision, stir up your faith level, moves you from one level to another level. You start walking on the road with this mindset that nothing is impossible. Those are the kind of people that you need in your space. So I talked about the 360 degrees balance, where I talked about you having people on top, people on the same level with you, and people below you. What is your assignment to the people on top? They're supposed to give you wisdom. You're supposed to learn from them. They offer you wisdom, and then they pull you up to their level. They are the ones that will give you access to rooms, give you platforms. The people on the same level with you, what is their assignment in your life? Your assignments, they are more like your peer groups. So you build a community with them. They help you with what we call healthy competition. I have said competition now. Somebody will say that she said you can compete with people on the same level too. No. What I mean by healthy competition is, I gave an example. I said I went for a meeting. The first time I ministered in a public meeting, I went there, and when I led in prayer, the prayer was so dry. But there was a guy that led in prayer after me. You need to see this guy's prayer. Like, I was so, which word should I use? I was so motivated. I said, Jesus, I went home with more hunger. In fact, I collected the man's number, the brother's number, because it's my age group. I collected his number, and I began to chat him up to ask him, what do you do? What is your routine like? The presence of God was so palpable. I want to be like you. That is what we call healthy competition. Like, you're not competing against that person, but the person spoiled you to become a better version of yourself. Like, you now want to be like the person. I don't know that you understand. So you said you're currently building a community, but having a challenge carrying most of them along. So how do I get more active participants? When it comes to building a community, the truth is that is that moment that you're building the community, the first onset, the onset of that community. Like, let me use better English. When you started building that English, those people that were serious at that time, you are to note them, because they are passionate about the whole thing. Now that you have seen, maybe because of you were not really consistent, you were not really consistent, or something happened along the line, you need to have find a system whereby you are able to reach out to them. Either you chat them up privately to explain to them that look at, you talk to them, so that you have to be very strategic to be able to fire them up again. And then you will notice that the group will now be, or the community will now be active again. Or once in a while, you just come, you do things like airtime giveaway. When you do airtime giveaway, it depends on the kind of community you're building. But if it is something, you can do airtime giveaway, you can do games in the group. Just find something that will bring everybody's interest back to the group. Maybe you left it for a while, and that's why it's as if everybody is laying low. But if it is more like a church community, I won't lie to you, the one I've tried is praying. When you pray for the group, and then you now start some activities in the group that interest everybody, especially when it comes to relationship talks or money talks, you just realize that everybody is awakened. Yes, unless maybe the Lord is not leading you that way. I don't know that I answered your question, Esther. Was I able to answer your question? And then, since you're the one in charge of this community and there are people below you, if you know valuable informations that you can be offering them, this is another thing that can trigger them. They become interested again, especially information that you know that are rare to find, something that is scarce. You just be offering such information. That is another way to stir up their heart towards that direction again. So that's that for that. Okay, you're welcome. You're welcome. Does anybody have any other question? Any other question? Any other question? Okay. Okay, Odnaka, you said hi. What's your question? Odnaka, do you have any question? Okay, I think she doesn't have. Maybe that was a mistake. Okay, in the absence of any question, that brings me to the end of today's live section. I really appreciate you all that made it today. I really appreciate you all. Thank you so much. And so sorry for that audio, whatever. I don't know what to call it, but or maybe network glitch. So sorry about that. I'm so sorry. I really apologize for that. I think we'll be better next time. So thank you so much. See you on Wednesday, still on building healthy relationships. Have a good night rest. Bye bye.